Hello everyone, welcome back to another NRG on the Wii U. And this is, as it's just said there, in very ostentatious, dramatic fashion, Fast Racing Neo. And my fucking word, is it fast. Oh yes, this is brought to us by Shin'En Multimedia, exclusively on the Wii U. And initially it came out only as a downloadable game, but was so popular that it got a 2016 physical release with its DLC update on the disc as well. So winning all round here, because this is a great game, especially if you're a well, certainly a racing fan and Wipeout fan, an F-Zero fan, all of the above, them kind of style futuristic racing. There we go, we have 6 cups to play for in 3 different speed classes. And just skip through the menus there initially. You saw the championship mode and the speed attack mode. And there's another mode there which I completely missed, but because I haven't played that one yet. It's like a story mode basically. Yeah, and here are the 5 cars that I've unlocked so far on this version. That bloody thing is massive. Vulcan. I like playing as this one though, the Bliss LLP. A little bit of guide there for the switches and buttons you need to control this game on the gamepad. You can also play it with the Pro Controller as well. Here we go, it's Scorpio Circuit. So yeah, think very much Wipeout F-Zero here. We are looking at some seriously fast hovercrafting action with a few twists. So we can get a boost. Boom, there you go. And as you can see, this is the slowest speed class, and it's already rather smooth and rather nippy, especially when you get the turbos there. So the twist with this game is that there is no weapons like there is in Wipeout, for example. It is pure racing, pure Fast Racing Neo. There's a bit of the Neo there. Oh my word, that was terrible from me there. Smashed straight into that flipping fan. Up on the walls. No anti-grav stuff, just on the walls. There you can, there's loop-the-loops and other courses, and then you're riding on other walls and turning around in tunnels and under the sea, and there's a great variance of the courses and course styles. I'm just going over getting the boost orbs there, and of course going on the boost pads, the Neo boost pads, the phase pads as the game calls them. Now, as you're driving along, you're speeding along, whizzing along, or whatever you want to call it, hovering, not really hovering, is it? I don't know, skirt, oh, I got that wrong there. You can change the phase colour of your craft. So I'm blue at the moment, as you can see, but a quick switch of the button will change that to the orange phase, and going over the matching neon boost pads, here we go, see, you get that little burst of boost, and if you manage to clock the entire boost pad, you get massively boosted, and especially when you hit the turbo button like I just did there. Very important in this game to actually catch up with everything. The more, oh, lovely move there, hit the wall though. And the more them orbs you get, that fills up your boost gauge, and when you hit the boost button, it obviously drains away. Now, yeah, like I said, this was brought to us by Shin'En Multimedia in 2015, initially as a download only for the Nintendo eShop, and then it came out a year later on a physical disc release as a, I think they call it a download classics release. Not many games get that honour on the Wii U, but this one did, and I would have thought this game would have been is transferred across to PS4 or something, because it's that damn good. But it hasn't, so it is actually only exclusive to the Wii U. Much like its predecessor, which I personally never played or never heard of before this, which was Fast Racing League. That was on the Wii, and it was only available as WiiWare. That's probably why I never heard of it. Only available as download. And there will also be a sequel coming for this. The series will be a trilogy, the Fast Racing Trilogy, and that will be called Fast RMX. And that will be coming out on the Nintendo Switch sometime this year, 2017. So that might be a hook for me to get the Switch. I might flip-flop on my decision if games like this are going to be coming out on it, because it's extremely high octane, very enjoyable, and tough as nails. as you progress through the courses, you can see you've got the alien worms there moving around. You've got more hazards that appear. You've got lasers and little robot things that appear on the course. So hammer that! First place. Oh yes, on the Scorpio circuit. But it's extremely difficult, and there is a massive learning curve to this. You really do need to get on metal. I mean, if you're used to Wipeout, used to F-Zero, especially the later F-Zeros. I mean, not so much the original F-Zero. Maybe F-Zero DX or something like that. Then you'll get used to this a little bit more. The kind of mechanics of flying this craft. Very floaty, very airy. Fluid is probably a good way of saying it. The air brake system, leaning in system, a bit like you do get with Wipeout. It takes a bit of getting used to. It's not quite as sharp as Wipeout, and there's certainly a little bit more leeway when it comes to sort of floating around a bit and wobbling around. And you really can't take your finger off the metal, off the accelerator, because they'll catch you, and you can't bloody catch the bastards. But you can get this boost. Oh, nice boost. See, they go straight past you straight away. So you really can be on it all the time and trying to use as many boosts as possible in the opportune moments, especially on the straights, and when you're trying to undertake. I've found that undertaking is a very effective technique, but you can see if you don't get them boosts early enough. Whoa! And there's a lot of that going on as well. Plenty of jumps, lots of jumps, and very difficult to control them in the air. There's a few jumps where you need to boost at the same time. Damn, straight into the blue. Oh, I just missed that. Straight into the icicles there. Great effects, as you can see. Really nice weather effects in different courses. You've got rain and wind, and snow, and blizzard, and sandstorms, and all different types of courses. It's excellent. There's courses set in space on different planets. So, massive, really cool variants of courses. The course designs now, a few of them very frustrating indeed. A few of them absolutely brilliant and a bit like reminiscent of Wipeout 3 and Wipeout 2097, how good these courses are designed. You get to learn them, you have to learn them to actually get anywhere in this game. A couple of races you might get third place here and there, but when it comes to the real fast speeds, you'll have to learn these courses and perfect them. And learn where the boosts are as well. Oh, that was a beautiful move there. So yeah, flying through the air, that drifting through the air is another essential mechanic you've got to master. If you crash basically once or twice in a race, you've had it. You really can't recover from that to get in the top 3. You cannot on a whim sometimes, especially on the courses where the other craft are affected by the hazards. There's a course, one of the courses, I think the final course, the Xenon course, I think it has course lasers on it, which the computer craft get caught up in just as much as you can. So that's good. There's no cheating going on from the computer controlled players in that respect. They do seem to bloody move fucking much faster than you a lot of the time though, which is rather annoying. What else to say apart from my word, this is an enjoyable game. Soundtrack. Now, an original soundtrack created by Shin'En. Where's Shin'En from? That's Final Fantasy, isn't it? Shin'En Multimedia. A typical techno soundtrack to match this kind of theme of game. So, you're right at home when it comes to Wipeout and F-Zero with that kind of techno soundtrack, electronica soundtrack to match the sort of futuristic style. I want some ice here, get up on ice, slipping around. Nice little variants and imagination of the vehicles, different weights as well, different acceleration and stats, so whatever one suits your needs. This is quite a balanced craft, the one I'm doing, the one I'm steering at the moment, the Bliss. It's got decent acceleration and a pretty nice top speed, kind of more of a balanced craft. So not something that's massively fast with a little acceleration, but you get opposite courses and cars like that. A bit like F-Zero, for instance, if you're in the Golden Fox on the F-Zero, you had a high acceleration but a lower top speed. It's more for novices, and the more better you get, the more expert you get at the game, the faster the car you can drive, and you won't crash as much, so you don't need a big acceleration. Oh, this one goes underwater, another little underwater sequence here. There are a few moments where you can hit the deck rather hard and that will slow you down a bit on jumps. Boom! This one's got obstacles on it, which is a nasty thing. The track sometimes staggers as well. Moves occasionally. There's a couple of courses where the track actually moves. It shakes on little trolleys. And there's a lot of variance going on, and you really have to learn it as you go. Crashing is not really a big part of this game. You can, when you crash big time, your race is over. But you can bump off the edges quite handily. Doesn't really detract from the. Oh, see, I just there you go. I lapsed off the course there and smacked straight into that wall. Bit of a mistake there, because this is where the course sort of staggers a bit. Like a kind of airport. There we go. Big jump there. Course twists and another jump straight after the twist. This is the sort of thing that's very common. You've got to get used to this kind of thing happening, and this is why you've got to learn these courses. It's also why I'm giving it a full 20-minute NRG on this one, just to show you this entire course, entire cup, the carbon cup. Show you the 4 courses including the cup. There are 4 courses in each cup, 6 cups, 4 courses, so lots of courses, and 10 cars in total as well. And this when it originally came out, it didn't have all that. It was updated with some DLC, but the disc version is fully complete. And there you go, a little spin there from a car in front, and it cause that. Well, sometimes when you smack cars from behind, you will spin them out, and they will do the same to you as well when they hit you up the arse. That's annoying, because it does slow you down quite exponentially. It's all about practice. Some really nice effects there, some little dust and mist and water spray flicking up there. Tries to go for a quite hyper-realistic style of what this actually existed. A little twisty corkscrew tunnel. Frame rate just seems to be so smooth on this. Very, a few times there is a little bit of skipping, but it's so minor. This capture doesn't do it justice, to be fair. This capture is pretty good using the hoopage, but in reality it will not sort of have that sort of juddering effects happening occasionally on this capture. So ignore that, that is just the capture. When you're playing this game in reality, it's just as smooth as silk. Another first place. Oh, I made up for my second place in the second race there. Sorry, just having a slurp of coffee there in between races, as you do. Just having a little pit stop, which you got to do. Yeah, as you noticed, probably no energy bar. So pure racing. No energy bar, no weapons, none of that shenanigans going on. It's just pure racing, as good as you can get it. It's just purely down to skill, purely down to your racing acumen. How fast you can get them bloody turbos out, and how many times you can switch them phases and get on those juice pads. That's really there what it's all about. Chuoco City. It's a very Neo-Tokyo looking place here. Lovely. I think the visuals are absolutely superb. Really nice. A few bits here that seem very simple. For instance, the lights sort of starting. Droids seem a little bit simple, but the course itself looks so detailed, so fine. The measure of perspective is really good, and that speed is just pretty incredible. And yeah, hats off to the Wii U for this, because when you look at certain games, racing style games that are similar to this, say for instance something like Race the Sun, it's not as smooth and as fluid as this. It's a very smooth game in itself, as another indie game, so to speak, but it's nowhere near as polished as Fast Racing Neo is. You can see they've really gone all out here to utilise. Oh, blimey! You see, this is what I'm talking about. These staggered jumps here, awkward. Have to practice them, and if you miss, well, you're off. If you fall off the course, you fall, and that's it. You effectively get respawned back to the point where you fell off the course. Them lights are really nice as well. A little bit of twisting. You kind of lose your sense of what's up and down half the time, and ignore that eventually. Oh, that was satisfying. It is a satisfying game when you get a move right. And if you have an overtaking move at the same time, it's a really satisfying game. I mean, I've moved on to the faster classes, and my word, it's just off the chart in difficulty. I mean, I've been playing the Carbon Cup several times over now, and I think I've got these courses down. But still, it's hard. It is a difficult game. I find it more challenging than Wipeout, or any of the Wipeouts in fact. It's kind of up there with certainly F-Zero X. And I don't know if you've ever played the F-Zero courses on Mario Kart 8. Obviously there's a different style of racing, different style of driving, but the courses remind me of something like Big Blue or Mario Kart 8. Wild course. Really wild. And I love the designs of the craft. The craft designs are just... they're not quite as manga outlandish as, say, Wipeout cars are, or the, you know, the space stuff. Space sci-fi shenanigans of F-Zero. A little bit more rustic, a little bit more industrial. I like that look. But liberal use of neon lights there, and obviously the phasing as they call it in the game, to make it look and stand out. Very Blade Runner-ish. Oh, nearly overjumped that. Oh, I have to bounce off the... see, I boosted very hard there. I boosted mid-air just to hit that boost. Am I going to finish second? I want to get this guy. I want to catch this guy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, I've hit the... oh, no, I got hit on the line. All three of us there lining up on the line there, and I came off the worst, unfortunately, in third place. But I should have won the cup. Damn. And the presentation menus, very Wipeout 3-ish. Simple, basic, block colours, industrial, functional, nothing too flashy. Just it's the game itself. Just does all the talking. It lets it shine, should we say? The menus do not take away from that. And this is the little end sequence there. The podium. Up we go. I'm first. My Bliss LLP. Anyway, that is Fast Racing Neo on the Wii U. Thank you very much for watching. Fantastic game. I fully recommend it. And that was the Cobalt Cup, not the Carbon Cup. What was I talking about? Cheers, thanks for watching. Novabug. Ow.